All right. Sit your podcast down. Officially episode 30. Oh man, I am excited. We have the downfall of what we just call Captain Panderer. He out of there. Got a lot
Another
of shit to talk
panderer,
about.
another slain panderer
Oh man, as
in the world of
usual,
the internet.
we got the boys in here ready to do work. You got McFly, obviously, Reek, obviously, G, obviously. What's up, fellas?
That's good.
It's good. What's good?
Well, let's talk about this big swole motherfucker here. First off, he should be a fitness model, not a relationship guru. Number one, and obviously he's better at one than the other.
Yeah.
Oh, Derrick Jaxn, man. How you feeling about your boy, Reed? Matter of fact, let America know what's going on, my boy
All right.
Derrick.
So Derrick Jaxn is a king panderer on the social networks, IG,
He said
Twitter,
King Panderer.
So he's been around for a while, got millions of followers, write books. He's like Steve Harvey, but less famous.
There you
And
go.
he got a lot of women followers because basically he sold them fairy tales. And he just told them everything that they wanted to hear on a daily, weekly basis, and people soaked it right up. So then, when you're doing that, you pretty much paint himself as the image of the perfect black man that every woman should want. He's married. He lifts weights.
My man, stay in the gym.
Right. He does all these great things and all that type of stuff. And this week he was exposed for cheating on his wife on multiple occasions, and there were receipts. So
the bloggers came with receipts. Real receipts.
A lot of receipts. And as he's gotten exposed, he came out with an apology video with his wife, who looked uncomfortable the entire time.
Oh my! She woke up. She was just like, "Are we doing this right now, my dude?"
Right. Like it was, and the crazy thing. I'll get into this later, I guess. But the crazy thing, it's still women that actually believe. Like women's like, but it was her idea. I highly doubt it was her. What is she under fire for? Nothing. Why would it be her idea? Anyway, so he's been getting smoked because he got exposed. And even in his apology, I feel like he was pandering because
if you go
he
watch
was making it seem like he's making it seem like if you're going to cheat, this is how you hold yourself accountable for it. It gave me that type of vibe. I'm fully accountable for it. I didn't have any reason. She didn't make me do anything. It's not her fault. I don't have any trauma. Blah 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 blah. I was like, dude, it's like this ain't it. And then also, I found out he has a book coming out talking about heal together.
Plug a book. Yep.
Which I guess it has something to do with his cheating, or how you work your relationship back up. But in a nutshell, that's what happened to the one of the kings of pandering, who has fallen on another sword, just like the other panderers of the past. He's another one in the graveyard.
They all take the L at some point, man.
Yeah,
they all take the L. You know
and
what?
I don't.
He is not. Is it like? But like, really? Are you surprised? No. Are you really surprised? Like, if first off, you in a relationship podcast, no one ever knew or saw your wife. Where's the proof of this relationship that you supposedly? It always felt fake. And then in your apology, it feels like a prepared statement. You know how like they'll have the politicians come out and the wife will be right next to them and they'll be like, I've made a mistake and I brought shame to my family and I'm sorry for everyone that I let down. It just feels like you don't really feel like this. If these receipts were never brought to light, if you were never exposed, you wouldn't have just said it yourself. You wouldn't have cared. It's dudes like this that just, if you're going to be about something, be about it. Don't do this shit. And then when you come out, you can't even apologize with some actual sincerity. You fucking clown. The one thing is, his career is not over in this either. He'll continue to get views and likes, and he'll continue to be what he is.
Yeah, it's been a lot of women they're like done with him, been bashing him and all this other stuff. But then there's also a lot of women that actually like really believe him. And it's just like this is what I understand about women falling for the panderer's tricks every time, because y'all literally they literally just telling you everything you want to hear. Like this dude, as like in every video, because the funny thing that happened is the side-by-side videos that people been posting up of him like after the apology.
Hilarious.
Like because he had one video I saw, like, man, he's like, I don't have no sympathy for a cheater, blah blah. Like,
yo, he was telling him to leave him. If he cheat, leave him instantly. Damn.
Right.
Now I want to see the video after that. Like, if he cheats, but he is very sincere about it, you know, give him a break. Give him a break.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, I think cancel culture is toxic, and I need to get rid of it. But then this happened. Cancel that nigga.
Right.
I mean, if your whole, I just feel like, and I mean, you've seen this like across, you know, just any platform. If your whole shit is based on this one thing, like if you're a pastor, you have to have faith. It can't be shown that you don't have faith and be like, but listen, no, I made a mistake. No, like that's if you a ball player, you can't ball. Like when you talk about relationships and doing the right things and then you don't do it, it's like your platform should instantly kind of crumble. It's all made up on lies and bullshit, right? It's all bullshit and lies. Like, how can I take you seriously if you didn't take your own shit seriously? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So you're right. Cancel culture is awful in some respects, but I mean, he kind of canceled himself at this point. I don't think it's any sympathy he's deserved at this point.
Need to be a React channel now.
You said what?
You need to shift to a React channel at this point. Just stop coming up with your own opinions. Just react to everybody else now.
Yeah. That'd be honestly, it'd be funny. He should just change it. He can be like, you know, he can give it from a cheater's perspective. My man fucked up when he did this, and this. Like, he can give the breakdown. The breakdown of why my man fucked up. He says, see what you should.
I'm so glad though, because like people were legit using him as like an example. Like they were propping him up so high, and it's like, oh, okay.
A lot of women were like, you know, like the reason why I listen to Derrick Jaxn because he's married and blah 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 blah. Like, and men were like, okay,
ain't seen his wife. I said off rip, where's his wife? First thing I thought was, oh, okay, that's cool. Where's his wife?
We were sitting there like, yo, he's just telling you what you want. Like he's lying. He's just telling you what you're like. It's like no man's going to sit there and think it's the man's fault every single time in every single situation. It's like, why would you sit there and it's like if a woman was doing that, like, would you believe her? If she felt like it's the woman's fault every single time, like nobody you just naturally don't function like that.
But again, I think that's a part of his shtick. I mean, you know, he work out, he wears extra medium shirts, and he just says the perfect man's going to say all these things. And so it's like it gets ingrained that, you know what, this is what I want. It's unrealistic. It puts out an energy that just you can't find somewhere else. But you know, whatever. And now that he got exposed, hopefully it dies down some. He's not getting propped up anymore. But again, you're still gonna have a select few that love it. And they're like, no, he's really such a great guy, though. All right, well, keep believing that shit if you want to. But one more panderer down the drain.
Down the drain. Another one has fallen.
There'll be another echo chamber, so.
Oh yeah, you know, it'll be somewhere.
There'll be another one.
Someone's gonna take his place. It's like, oh, it's my time now. It's my time.
Yeah, it's gonna be another one. It's gonna be fun.
We got a lot of interesting Twitter shit. Y'all want to go to this? Okay, the Quavo Sweet thing. Y'all want to go there? I don't. It's up to y'all.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What is it?
Oh yeah. So a little background. I mean, they're breaking up. I mean, there's not much else to it. They are no longer one. they are now two separate people. I just find it funny that I don't know, less than a month after her, if he ain't buying you a Birkin, if he not
right.
It's like, yeah, okay. Well, he bought you the Birkin. He did this car, and That wasn't enough. He didn't treat you with respect and not cheat on you and shit. Oh, okay. But we were told that buying the burger was important. Oh, it's not the most important thing. Oh, you want just okay. All right. I just let me know what's important next time you open your mouth and say some stupid shit like that. But other than
take
that,
take off the only loyal one or smart one, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I think it's the only smart one.
So far, the memes were funny. They were like, take off looking around thinking he's the next to cheat.
Takeoff stays in his lane of strippers. And
I mean,
he's probably like, I'm not wifing anybody famous. Mind my business.
I do think, I will say this though. One thing I hate, and it'll get to another celebrity-ish couple. I don't want to do all the relationship shit, but it's funny. Quavo is getting slandered, which I guess I get, but I mean, and I don't know if that's some I saw some of the tweets we had on the account, but in my mind, right, why is it that men get slandered for doing some fucked up shit, but it's really not no one's business but theirs, right? Who knows what what cause it was, whatever. Just why are men slandered for this shit, but if women go out and do whatever, it's just like, oh no, like she's empowered and she's amazing and she could do what she wants. It's none of your business. Like, why is there? I mean, I know why it's double standard. Because I know who's on Twitter, but that bothers me. I'm like, if it's not our business, let them do what they fucking doing. Who cares? Who cares? He did some fucked up shit. All right, whatever. It didn't happen to you. Move on, let it go. To me, but
I think because a lot of them make their celebrities like their relationship goals, like it hurts them personally.
But why doesn't it hurt you when the chick does it? Like that's all I want to know. Why doesn't it hurt you the other way? Why is it only the black guy, or not the black guy, but the guy that's always the monster, the evil person in this situation?
I don't know. Maybe men don't really make the celebrities' relationship goals.
That's actually a fact.
So I think women might feel closer to the relationship than men do. So it's just like,
yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, we're both criticized to an extreme in places where we probably shouldn't be. So I'm not saying it's right, but I mean, there's other criticism that they face that we don't.
Right.
Maybe, I guess. I have a question for y'all though on this. Was it fair or not fair for him to send the repo man for the Bentley?
That's my energy. Yes.
I think that yeah, because I've seen mixed things. Like I've seen people say like, oh, he sent sent people to get the Bentley. Then I've seen people say like, that he let her keep it. I would have took it from her just off the fact that you just basing everything off money. Can't buy you a Birkin, can't buy you. All right, well,
yeah,
I'm taking all the back.
If that's what it's about, then go get your own.
Right.
Go get your own Bentley.
Because she also came out with today. They were saying like she mentioned something like, "Oh, I'll forgive a cheater if he pay me this much" or something like that. And it's just like,
did she really though?
Yeah, she really said that. But you know what? Like she speaks one thing. This is one thing I learned about a lot of women like Saweetie. They speak meme language. So, meme language, like you see people posting up stupid shit, and it's like I've come to discover like it's pretty much its own language. All that boss talk and I can't talk to you. Like if you don't talk to me about this, offer me a bag and blah blah blah. Like women speak meme language, and she's one of them women. So it's just like I think she just transported over to real life, and it's not realistic. Like, okay, I can cheat and do what I want as long as I have the money to pay for it. Like, that's basically what you're telling me. Like,
I mean, there is a lot placed on that, and I mean, is that something that they should have to own up to? Like, if you're creating a culture in which you only want rich dudes that can do all this other shit, and you seem to put no other priority, at least in your public persona, on being, faithful, being supportive, being all this other shit? Is that enough? And if it happens to you, is it your fault? Like they say how like rappers want to live this thug culture shit, and when like some thug shit happened to you, it's just like, well, that's what you rap about. So do we think you about that shit? Like, is that something that is that fair to say because that's the persona you put out? That's the energy that comes back to you. Like, I don't know.
Is
I
it
mean, if it makes
fair?
Yeah.
is it fair? Number one, or
Yeah.
number two, is it going to just happen because that's what you put out? Is it going to be what happens, whether it's fair or not fair?
That's a good question.
I mean, because it works both ways. Like when it comes to like dudes, you be like you all know that rappers are actors almost before they even rappers. It's a
Yeah.
persona. It's an image you want to put out. I mean, look at. I mean, what was it? Snitch Boy. He, it was all acting to him. I'm a persona, and then I'm gonna leave that persona. But then when I become that persona, this shit is what comes with it, right? I'm gonna get around people
Right.
who think it's real, who don't get the act, whatever. So for
Yeah.
somebody like Saweetie who says all this shit about buying me a Birkin and da 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 da, at some point when you get in the Birkins but not the other shit, well, it seems like your persona. This is what you wanted out. Obviously, with Quavo, it's like, yeah, maybe he should know deeper because they are supposedly closer. But I mean, is it to be expected that what you put out is what you're going to get back from people?
Yeah. I mean, I hesitated to answer because I'm like, I don't really feel like taking it there. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a cultural issue that people are turning these personas into their real life, and they're basing their real life off of this fairy tale, like
Yeah.
hip hop culture way of living, which is like, it's dope that our culture kind of runs the world, but it's also like toxic as fuck internally to us because everybody else that's consuming that stuff, they're not actually like believing that they need to live that way. Some of them are, but most of them aren't. They're just taking the benefits of like what it's producing, and they're not like trying to live it. Like to them, it's truly entertainment. To us, it seems to a lot of us is real life.
Yeah. That's why I said meme language is like real. People actually take that to heart
I think,
and try
yeah,
to live by it.
they try to, and I think that's what I always said, man. People with a platform, you have a responsibility, whether you want it or not, to understand the power of that platform and to recognize that you're gonna have millions of people trying to do what the fuck you are showing them. I mean, and you would think this would just be limited to younger, like teenagers and like 20-year-olds. Nah, man, grown people are gonna see that shit and be like, yo, you know what someone so say, and live by that shit and think it's okay. And I'm just like, at some point, it is kind of you reap what you sow to an extent. I mean, it's not fair. I don't think it's fair, but it is real. So
Yeah.
I mean, she's maybe, and I wonder if that changes. Like, and it's funny, like she. What's hilarious is, do you think that's gonna change any kind of? That's gonna change anything with her approach to her music? She's gonna have
No,
I I didn't
no,
listen to her music in the first place. So
I
I
didn't know
just
she was a musician.
like is she really known for her music?
I was gonna say I thought she was just his girlfriend.
I
Quavo's girlfriend. Pretty
what
much right.
what
Instagram influencer Quavo's girlfriend.
what
I
song
don't really know her from music.
what songs does she have? Isn't Tap In her song?
You'd have to tell me.
No, I don't. I don't know.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. Wait. What songs does Saweetie have? She has to have something. I have to know one of her songs. Like, okay, wait.
Whatever song she has not reached my playlist. So hasn't reached the front page of any of the streaming sites I've listened to. Nothing.
Oh, she was on My Type, I think. That was maybe her biggest song. Yeah, yeah, that's bad. I feel a little washed for that one. Okay, well, yeah, it is what it is. She hopefully she changes up something she can expand her music now. Focus on that booming career she had going before Quavo, with the many songs that she was making beforehand.
I'm like sitting here trying to care about man. I don't care about her, man. Why people?
I mean, it's because I don't know. The culture is weird, man. It takes the culture feels like I don't know.
Yeah, we
You
just
know
like
what?
make these people important that don't do nothing.
But this is the whole thing about like hip hop. I feel like hip hop takes people that don't have much talent or shouldn't have the relevancy that they have. They shove them down our throats, and it's just like, yo, this person's hot. You gotta like them for some reason. She's one of those people that I'm just like, I don't know if the culture really moves forward with her music, or she's needed. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like Little Uzi's music, but I think at least he has a wave behind him that like the culture likes. I don't get it, but like somebody likes that shit. He has some fans. He's on a couple songs that I know. So I mean, I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
think
it's like he's not so bad that it's like I don't like any of his music. Like I know,
right,
Yeah.
right,
like I like a few of his songs. I ain't like I don't go out my way to listen to him, but
right,
I
right.
feel the same
he's
way
a
about
good.
like Juice World, right? It's like he's not bad, but he ain't no goat.
I think because he passed, it was like we have to talk about him as if he is a goat. And I think a lot of times too, like those dudes, like him, Uzi, a couple others, they have a real basic rap and like delivery style. So like when the people hear them, they'll be like, "Yo, he a goat." I'm like, "Why?" Listen, this one time he freestyled, and it just be like, "How much
It's
does this
like, all
go?"
right,
Yeah,
is he the
and then I
first
did
one to
this. Yeah,
freestyle?
yeah,
Is he the
yeah,
first one
yeah,
to freestyle?
yeah. It just there's some kind of like counterculture that propels those kinds of guys. Him, that Triple X dude, whatever his name is. Like, there's a lot of guys like that. They get pushed, especially after they pass. Like, he was really on to be a goat. I'm just like, I know you liked him, and he died young, and that's sad. But no, he wasn't on to be a goat. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Like the
not.
goat of what?
That's a
Yeah.
good point. The goat of
We gotta
Because that's my whole thing. Like, what are you necessarily the goat of? Because it can't be rap.
That's what they're saying. Like they say, and when MF Doom passed, yo, like on some real. I told you I saw this. They had his albums over Biggie. I was just like, I'm sorry, what?
Like all anybody that had like, here's how I break down people and how they listen to music. Right? There's guys that get girls and there's guys that don't. All right.
Wow.
yo,
So
yo,
the guys,
yo,
Wow.
Rick, I'm already telling you that I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this.
listen, the guys that like MF Doom over like Big
Wow. So,
are normally guys who don't get girls like
Come
at
on,
all.
man.
I, yo,
I'm not gonna just agree with that.
You see what I'm saying? Like you don't know anybody that was because you know the people like man. It's like man, Sean Price is better than Jay-Z. In what? It's like
I think there is okay. There does seem to be, like I said, there's this counterculture that's like the more obscure, off the beaten path a guy may be, is like just being different makes them better. Like for like if you look at it, Biggie, Jay Z, even Nas to an extent, they rap more mainstream. They rap something that speaks as a whole to more of the community than like some of the other guys, MF Dooms, the Juice WRLDs, whatever, right? So I think because they're looked at as mainstream rap, it's almost like they're penalized for it. But guys like Doom and guys like Juice WRLD and Uzi, because they're kind of off the beaten path, because they're so weird. Like they get that Tyler gets the same thing. Tyler, because he's so weird and eclectic, it's like, oh, he's better than other people because he doesn't get the respect because he's so off the beaten path. I think that's what it comes down to. I think that may be a better way than just to say they don't like girls. Although,
Ca-
I mean, maybe I don't.
I don't
Maybe
listen, man.
know. My
Like
counterpoint, I don't know. I
because that's the
think
thing. Like I know people that are just like contrarians. Like I know those type of people. Like you just gonna
that's
go
fair.
on the opposite just cause. right? And there's a bunch of those type of people. But I don't know anybody that likes the people that they like and just be like, man, you know, that are actually cool.
But I don't know. My counter is that street rap for the most part has a monopoly on what's popular.
Yes. Yes.
Which doesn't represent all the consumers. Let's just talk about black consumers. It doesn't represent all of the black consumers of hip hop music.
No, I mean that's fair.
But it's I think it's, if we agree that a lot of that stuff is terrible, like in itself, is pushing like the wrong message, it's damaging to the way people act. Again, it's creating these Saweetie people because she's growing up from it. It's like, I don't know. I'm not saying that MF Doom is better than Biggie, but I'm just saying.
No. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. I get the fact that because they're looked at as you said, street rap. I just said more mainstream or whatever. I get that, but I think again, there's limits. To say MF Doom is underrated, fine. To say he's better than Biggie, I don't give a fuck what Biggie talked about. That's stupid as shit.
Right, because right, and that's just because the people that say stuff like that are the same people that be like, man, hot sauce is better than Allen Iverson. It's like, no, he's not. You know what I mean?
God.
It's like,
oh my, yes, the street. That's a good analogy. You know, the street baller versus the actual NBA player. Yes,
you know what I mean? It's like you didn't get into this game not to make it to the NBA. So it's just like, don't sit there and try to tell me you're better because you didn't make it, and now because I'm around here with these other bums that I'm sitting there, I'm better than this person. Like,
I mean, you remember when Rayford came to the league?
Yeah.
He was not Skip to My Lou anymore.
He wasn't. And he was good enough to make it. Like, he wasn't sitting there like, I'm trying to be a street baller forever. No, he was trying to get to the NBA.
Yeah, he was.
And just because your guy didn't make it there doesn't mean he's better because you like him more. Like, no, like that's just stupid. Like, I can't stand it. I hate it. Don't give me no MF. And there's been plenty of rappers that rap like that have had mainstream success. We just had a versus with Ghost and Raekwon. They rap like them, but they're better. They can make hit songs.
Yeah.
MF Doom can't, and he wears a Dr. Doom mask. Like he's trying all types of props, and he sucks. Like I ain't like.
I mean, he don't suck, but he's not on the level that people put him on. Like that is a fact. That's a fact. He's not on that level. Any rebuttal? Any rebuttal? G.
I wasn't defending this nigga. First of all, let's go there. I'm just saying
you speak for the underrepresented.
All I'm saying is the culture is monopolized by a certain type of rap, and I can understand why people who don't identify with that, you may look at them as contrarians, but it's like they don't live that life. They don't identify with any of that music.
I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, I don't live the Biggie life. I didn't sell drugs. But
listen, all them dudes, dudes that go to
I was in proximity more often than I should have to guys who did. I saw it at the end of the block, of course. I get that.
And I get it. I'm not gonna like dog the Beatles, even though I don't like any of their songs. But I'm not gonna dog them.
Wait, what they got some fire song. What do you mean? What's that other shit?
Sure.
That Hold My Hand shit or whatever. And then the other shit.
But it's like if I were to sit there and say that Green Day, or I wouldn't even say Green Day because they mainstream too, the rock band from down the block is better than the Beatles. Like
they'll look at you like you're crazy as shit.
Yeah. Like you can't sit don't sit there and tell me that you're a great artist when first of all your concerts are a sausage fest and they filled up with a bunch of dudes.
Well, why does that have to do? Weak is disrespectful. Why does that matter? Why does that even matter?
His original theory was, do they get bitches or not?
That's his original theory.
And you have no hit records. That's what that tells me.
I do think this though. If you have hit records, if you're really good, like we talk about that with Mike Jackson, right? The true test of an artist is the ability to expand their core audience and their core fans, right? If you make great music, people from all walks of life will be able to be like, oh, you know what? That's pretty good. Like really good musicians and artists can do that. If you can only appear to a set group of fans, they'll probably suggest you're not transcending the art like some others have.
Nelly transcended.
Yeah, he did. He's a better artist than a lot of boys that been mentioned. Yeah, he is.
He's better than Biggie.
He's not better than Biggie on a form of being a rapper, but in all honesty, should he be a top 20 rapper of all time? I mean, maybe. You could argue it. I think my bar is more so lyrically. I don't think lyrically he is there, but are you talking about just like an artist? Yeah. That's where M's on that list. There's a lot of guys on that list that just
and that's my whole point. Like you're an overall artist. So you can't sit there and say, this guy Buckshot is better than Nas.
Well, maybe Nas. It all depends on how we're feeling that day.
And the thing is, I like people like Buckshot, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you know what, man? I don't know. He might be able to get big. Like, no, he can't.
Like, I'm not necessarily agreeing with the side that I'm defending. I'm just saying those people exist.
No, that's fine. I just think recognize the talent outside of your niche. You may not have lived that life, huh?
It's not talented. I mean, it's not that to them. Like they don't. I don't identify with most countries. So you can give me the greatest country artist. It's going to be trash.
But no. But see, that's different though. That's a completely different genre. We're talking about in the same sport. Like we're watching basketball, but he shoots threes and they dunk. Nah, it's in the same sport. You may not you may not like dunks as much, but you can't deny the skill if you're a fan of the sport. If you're a fan of rap, you can't sit there and say that Biggie is not over some of these other lesser known.
Say somebody is like being a good lyricist to somebody who doesn't care about the type of lyrics that they're spitting. It's like I don't care how he says it.
Nah, that's why that even going back to the lyrical miracle shit. It may not be of substance and it may lose points for you, but the ability to string it together still takes skill. That's why Wayne's on people's list. Wayne never said anything ever, but you can't not put him on a top 30, 40 list. You just can't. He will be there at some point because of the ability to string the words together.
Right, but that's the thing. But that's my point. Like we know what he's done, and we know what he's done in the league. And you're not going, and you can't sit there and convince me, like oh man, Cuban Link is better than him. It's like no.
He said Cuban Link.
He's still telling lies to me.
He said Cuban Link. I'm done. Oh well, I guess we could leave that there for a second. So I know what you want to talk about, G. So I just feel like we gotta just get there because this needs to happen. So you know what? I'm gonna just get my shit right. Let me add my dude in here because I saw the funniest shit probably in a long time this weekend.
Yeah.
It was everything. I thought Hitman was going to pull out his bag and air the whole shit out. I was like, I'm like, yo, what's gonna happen next?
Hitman was gonna hit him.
I was like, yo, he was ready to fight.
Cass is the
what?
GOAT.
Cass is the greatest battle rap face-off of all time.
Of all time.
All time.
Rex is second. Cass is first.
I know y'all both saw it, right? Well, first off, do you think Cassidy has any chance of winning?
Yep.
Really? Let's get it. All right. And why do you think he has a chance at winning? I gotta hear.
He never lost.
Never lost. Oh my goodness.
Listen.
America, for those of you who have not seen it, please go see this face off. It was hilarious. And he has never lost. Cass never lost. Bars.
5,002-0.
And
I was in a little YouTube rabbit hole earlier, and I saw an interview with O-Red. And O-Red, because they asked about his predictions for the Cassidy Hitman battle. And he said something that was so funny about Cassidy. He said, Cassidy just like, he said, he basically said, even if he loses, he's not going to feel like he lost. He said, Cassidy was literally on stage and said, y'all niggas booing the hottest shit in the world right now.
Yo, Cass his confidence is maybe he has the greatest confidence I've maybe ever seen, even in the face of monumentous odds. Like, he just don't care.
Cass said, I don't even got a lot of niggas with me. Had about 12. Half of them are women.
He was like, Hitman exaggerating, like.
I think what he was saying was he didn't have like goons with him. He had like, as he called it.
Listen, if you sit there and say I had 6 niggas with me and 6 women, that's 12 people, including him. That's 13 people. He's by himself.
Yes.
That's if you just took the men, that's 7
yes,
on 1.
That's
not exact.
That is your math is correct. I think what he was saying was he didn't bring them for Hitman. He brought them because that's who he was with, and who he traveled with. Which, I mean, I can understand that. I'll tell you this: he didn't seem really that phased. He seemed a little bit all right. He may air out, but like I will say this:
I wouldn't be either if it's 7 on 1.
I mean, fair, also fair. I do think this though. No, I know I shouldn't. I know I have no business thinking this, but I will say this: I think Cass has a shot. Only for one reason. Not because he never lost, but if he can get dude that angry in 15 minutes, he may get him off his shit. That's the only reason why. Anybody like the same shit I thought about before I saw Mook and Tay-Rock. If you can get a dude mad for he just like getting he almost want to fight, that means you in his mental. And Cass said that, and that's actually fair.
But I mean,
I don't think he has the talent to do it. I don't think because Cass still rap like it's 03. But I think if he can get him off the point, I think maybe. It's still not good odds, but I mean that's his best chance to get Hitman mad.
If I was looking at it from like a non-troll point of view, you got 2 one-dimensional battle rappers going against each other. Like, we know the angle that Hitman's gonna come with. We know Cass he's gonna do those punchlines, and they're gonna feel like they're from the 90s.
Right.
Early battle rap. This is what type of crowd we got? Is it a crowd? Is it
It's a crowd. It's a crowd which favors Hitman.
I was gonna say if it a crowd, no then. I'm going Cassidy 30.
Cassidy
30.
You know what? I think they had goods talking about it. He can do it. I think Cass can, but I don't think he gonna change up shit because he still thinks he ain't lost. Not once.
Right. Because it was before all this stuff dropped, there was a rumor because people were saying that Mook was helping him Cass right for this battle. And Mook said, listen, Cassidy thinks he's better than me. Why would he listen to anything that I have to say?
Wow. Okay.
Yo, you bet on yourself. You bet on yourself, man.
I mean, that's a good set. Good set, yo. Cass don't think he need any help, so he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. But Goods also said this: it doesn't really. They don't make it that Cass has to do anything different. Cass can keep getting his ass whipped, and he will keep getting booked, keep getting good dollars because he puts on a good show. Like Goods was saying, people want to see Cass get beat when they show up. They going to see them.
Yeah.
They going to see it. They just know.
The thing that I'm wondering, like, all trolls aside, like, Cass gotta know, right? Like he gotta know, right? He gotta like he has. I have to give him the credit to be intelligent enough to know that this is marketing and this is what I gotta do.
No, I honestly think that Cass is that delusional.
I would say no.
I think that's what makes him one of the greatest face-off person ever, because he is that delusional. He believes everything that he says, and that's what pisses people off.
I think he has to be. I mean, I think he can't afford. I mean, maybe you're right, Rick. I don't think he can afford to have a moment of truth.
Yeah,
I mean, because
he wouldn't get
energy
booked.
just changes. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't get booked. Who else gonna keep getting booked performing like that? I mean, he never lost, but you know, you seen how he performed.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to have that confidence and just keep thinking, "Nah, I'm the best." But it doesn't seem to
when
me
he
he
said
has any.
what was the face-off when he was like, it's like, yo, it's like it's Mook and Lux.
Yeah.
Like here, and then it's like me above them. It's like
what?
He's bugging.
He said that. And he believes it. That's what makes it like.
Yeah.
He's bugging.
He got under Hitman's skin, and like I can't stand niggas like Hitman anyway, because it's never his fault. He ain't never had nothing to do with it. Like, bro, it's recorded. You can keep telling people, you can keep trying to explain to people who were there how it happened.
Which is what he was doing the whole time. Did y'all see what happened? Run the tape back. Like, we all just saw it, bro. I just saw what happened. What
That's
he
gonna sit there? Like I'm sitting there.
Yeah, like stop screaming you comfortable when you yelling. You are clearly uncomfortable. You went and grabbed your bag. I'm comfortable. Okay.
I'm just saying, I think to me, like the emotion, I said it when the other face-offs, yeah, it was funny. It didn't feel like the anger was the same. Like Hitman was legit pissed, like ready to fight, or potentially worse. If you can get under a dude's skin that easily, that calmly, I just think, yo, I saw you get picked up. He said, you do it then. Like Cass got man hands on stage. He was just like, I saw a nigga pick you up and take you over here. He was like, well, then you do it then. You do it. He's like, I ain't got you. He just, I bet you won't though. It was the funniest
and that's the thing, like Hitman has actually been known to beat people up.
I believe that.
So it's just like Cass is like really saying like he won't do it. Like he's done it to guys like with Hitman when they behind the scenes stuff. Like, yo, he's like Cass like 5'5", 100 pounds. Like I done knocked out dudes way bigger than him. Like why does he keep talking like? Why does he keep talking like this? Like,
that's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it. Because he's 5'5", like, yo, do it. He's like, I can really do it. Do it then.
Do it.
What?
It's like
I bet you won't do it.
Cass and LeVar Ball, like my two favorite people.
That's a fact. I messed with that.
Cass said he never lost in anything.
Anything. He was talking about, yeah, you know, my son, you know, I used to destroy him in 2K. Now he beat me every once in a while. But battle rap, never lost.
It's like, what is it?
Yo.
And then when he brought, like, I thought it was funny when he brought up Hitman's chain being snatched in LA. And he said something like, and what happened after that? And Cass was like, I don't know what happened after that because it never happened to me.
Yo, he was Cass was like, and the crazy thing, I know we were talking about it, like he actually backed Cass into the corner and then he got emotional.
Right.
You know, Cass was talking about views. Like Hitman got more views, like hands down.
It's not even close.
Hitman probably got more money. Like,
did he just say, I get more bitches than you?
I get more bitches than you.
I'm like, you can't even refute that. Like, I'm like, why does it matter?
Yeah, like how do you even know that? Like,
yo, it's classic though, because like Hitman didn't know how to respond. He was just like, you brought up the views. Now you talking about girls. So I was just like, what's gonna happen when we battle though? Cass moved to the next thing. He was just like, you ain't ready. So to me, that makes you think he has a chance. If he can come with a good plan and a good angle, Just replay that out, man. I don't know, man. I think he has a better shot than he had before. That's all I'm saying.
Make your first round be about how a hitman won't hit him. Just do a play on that for the whole first round,
right. And then hope he don't hit you.
And then read your next 2 rounds off your phone. It don't matter.
Oh, it might be all it takes.
I'm telling you.
Yo, he has a chance. He has a chance if he goes at him and get him emotional again. That's all I'm saying. It
all
may not work in his
get,
favor.
Get close enough for Hitman to feel like you wanted to hit him.
What happens if they that's like in their contract, if they hit somebody, like they automatically, like, what happens? Just over automatically, right? I have no idea what the rules are.
It's Cass.
Oh, it's Cass. It'll be funny though. I just a brawl on stage. I even had any people with me. Cass, you had 30 people in the crowd.
I'm upset if it don't end in a fight at this point, honestly. The way Hitman was talking, whatever he had in his bag, it needed to end in the gunfight.
I mean, he said a gunfight.
The way he was talking, I sprayed all 37 of these things in there. Like
he did. He went to his bag and held it like he was ready to go in it. And I was just like, oh, I see. Yeah, Kaz, maybe chill. Maybe chill, bro, for this end ugly for you.
All jokes aside, I don't want a gunfight, but
it is gonna be. Like I said, I am interested to see where it goes from here. I am interested to see
somebody getting 30.
Really? Kaz probably gonna get 30.
Somebody getting 30.
Okay, so predictions.
Cass.
I'm guessing y'all. No, shut up. No troll predictions. Real prediction. Who you going with?
Cass.
No. G. Who are you going with?
Never lost.
He's going for Hitman. And what about you, Reek?
I'm going with Hitman in a bloodbath. Might be literally, but I got Hitman winning. And we got a couple weeks for this, because April 3rd. But I got Hitman winning. Quietly, I was going to bring this up real quick. Mook battles this weekend in a 2-on-2 on Caffeine.
Who and who?
It's Mook and Calico versus T-Top and New Jersey Twerk.
Oh, they're going to beat them.
They should.
They should. If they don't, I don't want to hear no more Mook. Like you better not lose to them niggas.
Right. Well, it's a 2-on-2 though. It's like it ain't like
right.
What's the is it a crowd? Caffeine don't do crowds though right now.
Caffeine don't do crowd. Well, yeah, COVID they don't really do it. So it's lyrics.
I think Mook good enough to do good in both. I'm not gonna try to hold him, but him without a crowd is dangerous.
Real dangerous. If you can hear a lot of the bars,
you
got bars.
Yep.
I'm going Cash 30, Mook 21.
I think I'm gonna go 3-0 with Mook and Calico. I'm gonna go 2-1 Hitman. I don't think it's gonna be I think Cass can get one. Maybe he can go 2-1 the other way. Maybe. I don't know.
The thing, if Cass, here's my thing with Cass. Like if he wasn't delusional and actually adjusted his bars, I would give him more of a chance. But I don't think he's going to change anything, and he's still going to be coming with punchlines talking about NBA patch clothes. So it's just like
the NBA patches. Oh my goodness! I'll give him one round. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to. I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I'm basing it off the face-offs. If you can get a guy emotional, we know that's the key. If you can get a guy emotional, you got a chance. You got a chance if he's emotional. That's all I've ever said.
I just don't like how Hitman raps.
Hitman, like that's the thing. Like Hitman, I think like Cass can outbar Hitman,
mm-hmm.
but I just don't think especially with a crowd, I don't think he'll be able to match the energy Hitman is going to come with.
He's
Hitman
gonna have
knows
the
how to have
crowd.
big moments.
Yeah, because
He'll
Hitman's
have the
comfortable.
crowd.
He's comfortable right now.
That'll be interesting. Well,
30.
we'll definitely watch that. He's 30. What? You just, you know, you're just trolling. You don't even think he gonna win.
I'm Cass all day.
Whatever. I don't believe that shit.
I'm playing bars right now.
No, you're not.
Barry Adrian Reese.
Yep. All by myself. I'm in the zone all by myself.
Is that the one where he battled himself in the beginning?
Nah, that's I'm a Hustler album.
The Problem versus the what? Is the Problem versus the Hustler? What was
Yeah,
it?
that's the Problem versus the Hustler.
Good song.
Anyways,
It's my ringtone.
Anyways, so we're gonna move on from that. Leave Cass breathe for a minute. I'll be real, man. I don't know if I like fuck with Gilly like that. Just the shit he be saying. I don't know, man. I just he gets a lot of respect, and I mean maybe that's warranted. But he be saying shit. I be just thinking like, what? I don't know if I caught him on the Breakfast Club, whatever. They asked him about like ghostwriting and shit. And he was like, yeah, I got a problem with it. Like, a lot of the greatest of all time had ghostwriters. So, and I was just like, who? Like, why? Like,
see, like the ghostwriting conversation is tough because different people define it different.
A bar or two is one thing. A dude giving you a whole, like, Eazy-E could never be in the conversation for top 100 rapper ever. Like, he didn't write his own shit. We all know that Q wrote for him on the regular. So if you just saying what somebody else told you, nah, bro, you can't be not in my book, not top 100.
No, I mean there's a different category for you. You could be the great in a different category if that's the case. But
I mean,
lyricist,
sure.
nah.
But I mean, but in the GOAT rapper conversation, just whatever that means to you, GOAT rapper, not specifically calling the lyricist. What do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like it don't matter? Because Method Man said the same thing a few weeks back. Like they asked about Drake, but also I think when they bring Drake into it, it's kind of just like, and that's the same thing they did with this. He was like, "Don't nobody care about Quentin Miller." Everybody wants to just ride Drake because it's like, "Oh, he the greatest." I don't want disrespect. But I'm like, at the end of the day, can Drake really be in your top 20, top 15, top 10 if he don't write? Now he writes his stuff. But if you find that he didn't write half his stuff, like, are you going to put him in top 10?
I think, yeah, for me, because I look at it this way. Because Drake is ghostwritten for other people. So
who?
He's written plenty of songs for people. Diddy.
Not real rappers. Everybody writes Diddy. Diddy can't write. Everybody know that.
Yeah, I know, but he's written for him. He's written for Alicia Keys. Like he's written for people. So it's just like with people like that. It's like when I know that they're capable of writing their own stuff. And most of the time, because even when the Quentin Miller stuff, when you heard the Quentin Miller verse, and then you hear the verse Drake wrote, Drake's verse was better. So it was just like,
I think when it comes to Drake, I understand that he can write well on his own, which I get that part. But in general, do you agree with if you get a lot of ghostwriting help, can you still be like a GOAT? Should you still be a GOAT?
I'm just still on the fact that it's nuanced because there's different. I don't know. There's different participation points that you can get because, like, you listen to like Sci-Hi talk about how he helped somebody and how he got writing credit on some songs. Yeah, you hear how
he on a lot of people's lists, and I don't think he's written half of the stuff.
Who?
Kanye.
No, I don't, and that's why I think Kanye can't be on a top 10, top 15, top 20 rapper list. Because Sci-Hi wrote for him, Common wrote for him, Push wrote for him. Everybody on his roster has written for him. Because he goes sign them, and you don't ever hear no bars from them. It'd be just his bars.
How much are you okay with somebody writing? Because if somebody writes the hook, are you okay with them?
I mean,
getting the credit.
a hook is fine because
I mean, the
again,
hook makes some songs.
it does, but hooks don't make a rapper.
They can.
I mean, in terms of like the GOAT rapper conversation, no one in the top 10 of a GOAT list is there because of 10 hooks that they didn't write. There's no one. Not on my GOAT list, not on my top 20. There's no one that's there because of consistently 10, 15, 20 of their best songs they didn't write the hook on. I mean, a hook does make a song in some cases, but again, like I think I'm talking about just straight like, yo, my man gave me 18 on 20 songs.
Yeah, I mean, because me though, like I feel like I'm real rigid. Like I'm looking at like people who can freestyle off the top, like people who aren't freestyling written, right? But how many of the greats can do that? You know,
Right, ain't many.
it's not
You
many.
saw off the top of the head.
Just not no written. I mean, obviously you're gonna probably reach back into stuff you've said before, but I mean, when people get on like Sway and they freestyle and they're just spitting the verse that they ain't released yet, or something like that, right? Like
Right.
I'm talking about like pure off the top, right?
Yeah, it ain't many that can actually just do that. Like if you look at that list, like it ain't many that can just rhyme off the top of their head. Or like if you say like, oh, you see him in a rap battle, like at some point, like a lot of them aren't on that, can't even do that.
You know who
Right.
can, Reek? Eminem.
Common.
Yeah, Eminem can. I ain't saying he can't. He
Common
can.
to rap for the intros for the All-Star.
Listen, when I was at Dave Chappelle's, Common still raps like it's the night. You know how like dudes be putting their knees up when they perform and all that stuff like that. Like he still rap like that.
But it's off the top of the head, so give him his flowers.
It's still stuck in the 80s though. I've seen it in person. Like when I was at Dave Chappelle's show on July 4th on his land, and Common was performing, and he was just like, it looked like Kid and Play. Like, why are you rapping like that?
My man Liv, he said Kid and Play. Yeah, I'm done. All right, that's fair. But I mean, but like so, like you said you rigid. So you're saying your GOAT list has to be no writing at all. What are you saying?
No, I mean it's just it depends because like I said, I know ghostwriters that get credit for the song that they may not have wrote a single bar, but they heavily influence the way that the direction of the song, the writing direction of the song, right? I still call that a ghostwriter, but I mean he didn't write. Like if me and you were in the studio and you gave me a different snare, technically you get production credit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you change a melody from like a C major to a minor just to get a different feel of the song, that changes everything. You deserve a writing credit, but that don't mean I'm trash. That don't mean I'm not the greatest.
Right. Because Dr. Dre has done that for a lot of people. Don't rap it like this, rap it like this. Say it like writing this. Credit. Right. So it's just like Puff the same way. Don't say it like this, say it like this.
Right. And you can't deny it. Puff, regardless of how trash of a rapper he is, he got hit. The people he produced technically got hits.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Nah, he's a great producer. That's fine. I'm not saying that's wrong. So on your list, do you take off credit points for full-on written bars? Yes or no?
What percentage?
Right.
Of the catalog? What percentage?
Like I said, it depends. Because if I know, if I know you can write your own stuff, and you like Snoop has said he had people writing for him before, but I don't take anything away from Snoop because I know how well Snoop can rap, and I know Snoop pretty much wrote the Chronic, so it's just
he got a lot of writing credit on the Chronic.
Yeah, so it's just credit. Like I know what he's capable of. It ain't like he needs help. Like it ain't like he needs help. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like because I was watching, like I think I mentioned in the chat earlier when I was watching Drink Champs and they had Michael Blackson on there. He was talking about the writing thing because DJ Drama was on there and they talked about the whole Drake thing, and then they asked Michael Blackson like, how's that in the comedian world? And he said, sometimes people get so big that you're gonna need help writing jokes because you're gonna be so busy. You know what I mean? So it ain't like certain comedians. Like if you one of the comedians that have been taking jokes from the jump, You know what I mean? I think like if people like on Drake's status, when you're just doing a whole bunch of stuff and you got like, oh, you know, a little bit of help somewhere, you know, I don't mind it because I know you can write your own stuff and you've written for other people if you really wanted to, but you just don't have as much time like you used to.
Yeah, and like a lot of these like people that are getting writing credits, like they act like they're writing the most amazing shit that ain't nobody ever said before. Like you mean to tell me, I'm use Drake as an example, but you mean to tell me you don't think Drake could have wrote that? Like he might not have. I'm not going to belittle the fact that that person had a creative vision and implemented it, but I mean, I've heard Drake write something like this before because a lot of people are writing in the image of the person they're writing for anyway, right?
Right. Because I say, like I said, like every reference that I heard, like when you hear the whole song, and it's like, okay, that's Quentin Miller verse. This the verse Drake wrote. Drake's verse is just way better than that verse, and it's just like he could have wrote that if he wanted to, like, but it's just like
I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you right now. Drake gets a lot of respect because no one wants to piss him off because he runs rap right now. If that was anybody else, this tiptoeing bullshit would not happen. It wouldn't. If we honest
rap right now.
You said what?
I don't believe that though, because just like
it would. You know why? Because always whenever the ghostwriting conversation comes up, they always say Drake, and there's always this pause of like, well, you know, I think, and there's like this energy that you just see.
But here's the thing that I don't like because they try to make Drake, because a lot of people don't like Drake. So when they bring it up, they try to make it seem like he's Eazy-E. And it's like, you can't put those two in the same category.
I think it's actually they want the controversy. They want the person asking the question wants you to be like, oh, that's trash. They can be like, oh, you said Drake trash. And now it's a soundbite, and now we can get, you know.
But they try to put him like, well, he's in the same category with Puff and Dre and Eazy-E, and it's like he's not, because he's clearly shown that he can write and rap his own stuff. He's written for other people, so it's just like it's not like he needs that type of help.
He's more. I'll tell you this right now. He's more entrenched in this like ghostwriting example than he should be, because the guys you just mentioned are all producers. There should be no question as to your opinion. There should be no name somebody can put to your shit and say, well, most of it's you, but then there's just Quentin Miller part. That shouldn't be for no rapper in the top 5. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I don't know.
If I hear that Biggie had a writer like on some heavy shit, like whole bars, like nah.
But the whole thing is like outside of the Quentin, and that was.
I mean, I don't know it though, so it's like if I don't know it, I can't.
Styles P the Ghost is Styles P the Ghost for a reason,
right? If he find out that the Ghost wrote for Big is not down a spot. I don't give a fuck. If he got whole verses that Styles wrote, Big is now 3.
I don't know. I think it's
period for me.
You don't. It's like if I'm not calling y'all out or anybody out, but I'm just people who think that if you don't understand the process of making music, I'm taking your opinion on this a little less. You know what I mean? Because the process of making music isn't as like individual and rigid as people think it is.
No, I agree with that 100%. It's definitely not. I'm saying, you talk about the percentages. I'm just saying if there's a certain, I would say if a quarter of your stuff bars, not, oh, I changed a note, not, oh, even the idea of like, oh, maybe rap it like this without giving words to it, that's fine too, even if it gets you a writing credit. I'm saying if you walking in, and this is the thing they were saying, like, this is what Meek said. I think that's what he said, that what's the thing was getting writing. I think Meek called Drake out for it. He called a dude and got a whole like 16. That is not, I'm not fucking with that. I can't. Not in like if you want to be a GOAT type shit. I can't.
Meek, but that's the thing, like this is where you can't really, like, because Meek was saying what he's saying, but at the same time, Meek was trying to get a Quentin Miller verse.
I mean, Meek ain't a GOAT.
So it's just like,
yeah, I get you saying though.
You know what I mean? Like, but I wouldn't take anything away from Meek because I know Meek can rap. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't like, hey, I don't feel like writing this shit today. You know, because I know making music is not easy.
No, it's not easy.
So it's just like I don't feel like rapping.
I feel like we're I mean, I think it's a tight line to walk because I look around music and there's plenty of untalented motherfuckers that probably don't write shit. So I'm gonna scrutinize anybody that's getting bars because I can't shit on like a Uzi and then let Drake just walk scot-free if they doing the same shit.
Well, I mean,
for example, and that's what I'm saying. I think happens way too much because
I've heard Wayne. I've heard Wayne rap in a Aaliyah verse. There's a song with Pleasure P, and when I heard Wayne rap on, I'm like, where did I hear this from? And then it hit me like, oh, this is an Aaliyah song. He literally took an Aaliyah verse and rapped.
But again, Wayne is one of those guys who I think is fraud.
Yeah, I mean,
we've said this. He's one of those guys. So I think like he got better at a point, but like he's definitely a thief.
But would you say
that's why he's not top? That's why he'll be top 40 or top 30 off of just the other stuff that he did. But because of that, he can't be a top 5 for me.
But
top 10.
But I think what people are saying, like, when other people are writing for you, like you need help. I don't think Wayne, like, I don't think he needs it. You know what I mean? Like, I think Wayne can write and like he writes his own raps. Like, I don't think like if he wants to sit down and do it, like he can do it.
If like, I find out somebody's writing for like the Migos, I'm like, this shit trash. Y'all need a writer. Like somebody claimed to write this. Y'all you mean to tell me you didn't just get in the booth and say this? You wrote this down?
That's actually fair too. If your shit's that trash and you weren't writing it, it's even like, worse. You're right. Yeah, that's even worse. At least get some good writing. You got shitty writing.
Yeah, the song good, but these lyrics were irrelevant to the song. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough for me because like I don't think we'll ever know because like some people they pay them enough money to not even take the writing credit so they can hide that they have a ghostwriter, right? So like I don't know. Is it impossible to tell? Probably.
And I think, and also, you know, I think people like Drake is just in the mode of just making music. So it's just like I'm just strictly rapping. Like
I mean, but that speaks more to his artist appeal though. We get beyond like the GOAT rapper shit. But I get what you're saying though. Like he's done enough and has enough that you think is strictly from him that he gets a pass. But I just wonder in that is ghostwriting okay conversation. And honestly too, boys talk about I think also people who are in the industry, they always gonna say it's good because a lot of them boys get paid to do it. We know for years that Styles got paid to do it, T.I. got paid to do it, Jay got paid to do it. We know for years they write for people. I mean, listen to half a Bleach. You know they write for boys. You knew that shit. So it's like I think it's always this thing of like, nah, that's cool. Boys be like, I'm eating off that. So I want to keep getting them credits.
I just wish they would I don't want to say normalize it in the sense that like, you know, listen, everybody get a writer, but like, you know, prop it up a little bit more because it's kind of strange that like we know 90% of the pop songs are pre-written. Like Drake wrote a lot of pop songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like that's okay, and we can still go call those artists the greatest. But like rap, our culture is so warped and so weird that it's like if you receive any help from anybody, you ain't real. You ain't the real.
I think singing is different. But
singing is a talent art, in its own. It's still art though.
I mean, you know, artists like singers that can write their own stuff, but then sometimes it's like, okay, you got a better songwriter. I mean, Drake wrote "I'm Ready" for Alicia Keys. That's one of her biggest hits.
Mm-hmm. Unbreakable, I think too. No,
yeah, Unbreakable.
But I mean, but could he? I mean, maybe because he can sing. But I'm saying is like, okay, my point is just okay. I will always love you,
Jamie.
I'm gonna give you an example. I will always love you by Whitney Houston, right? Yeah, I know it's not her song, right? Yeah, I know that. Right?
Yeah, a lot of songs that she did.
It was Dolly Parton's song.
Yeah,
right. So let's say Dolly Parton wrote it. Let's say she did, right? Mm-hmm. Which song? How the difference in the songs is fucking amazing, right?
Whitney.
Yeah, right. But so to me, that's the. But my point is that's the difference between writing and singing in that form. I get it.
But it's the same argument though. It's the same argument for rap. I can rap Jay-Z's verse, and it's not. It's you're gonna be like, the fuck is this nigga doing?
It's no, because I've already heard it, but it's not. No,
but if Jay-Z wrote a verse for me, Jay-Z can't make me famous for writing a verse for me.
Right, because even
rap
like
is different. Rap is different in that sense, but like the
Jay-Z,
delivery of his voice is not
Jay-Z's number one, right? Jay-Z's
number
one, right? Jay-Z cannot write a verse for me to get me to get me close to anywhere near number one.
Right.
Other than putting money behind it.
Right. Jay has wrote verses for people.
Outside of putting money behind pushing me to get popping, he can't get me there off lyrics alone if I'm just a trash rapper.
But like, I don't know if I believe that. I don't believe that.
I think it. I think it's something. It depends.
There's a swag and an energy behind it, but that does not equate to the level that a trained singer brings to a song.
Why? But then why isn't everybody in his camp, like everybody in Jay-Z's camp who had access to his writing, should be just as or close to his level of popularity?
Right. I said why. I see what G is saying.
He said they were late. He said why. Jay always said it. They niggas was lazy.
It don't matter. I got a J verse. He the greatest.
I
shouldn't have to work.
I make him write a whole album, and I keep spinning all that shit forever.
What you say?
I see what G is saying though, because it's like it takes a talent to be able to deliver. Like everybody can't do what Eazy-E does, even though he didn't write any of it.
Yeah. Man, give me some it's just like a storyteller. Like, I don't think I'm a good storyteller. I don't tell a lot of stories, but I could give somebody else a hint and they can know where I'm going with my story and they can deliver it better. And it'll sound way more exciting. It'll get more laughs. If I tell it and he's just looking at me like, hey, that's some corny shit, G.
I get what you're saying, but I disagree 100%.
How?
Singing is different. It's an actual talent.
You
don't go to school for rap.
You
go to school to get trained to sing. There's no school to train you how to rap.
But if I'm flipping it on your head, like if I'm a producer, so like if I'm a producer and you're rapping and you have like a tone, let's say like Uzi Vert, he has like a tone. I'm gonna tune my 808s to his tone. Like I'll write a song in a key and I'll hear somebody rap over it and I'll be like, I need to change this key. And people think that rap isn't singing, but your vocal inflections and all that stuff is a part of it. And if you sound like a monotone rapper, I forget how many monotone rappers we have, but like a lot of them that I think of are like trash, unless they had a distinct voice that nobody else don't have.
Man, all I'm saying is this: Jay, come write some verses for me. We gonna make this shit pop. I'm gonna prove y'all fucking wrong. Some great rapper come give me some verses. We gonna be popping. I'm telling you that shit's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen.
I don't
gonna happen. I'm not. It will happen.
I don't believe it.
If it did, then MF Doom will be in this.
He was trash. He ain't have J verses. That's why he not J.
Because
he had J verses.
But I think that goes to the point. Like, he can't do it like them.
He doesn't have the lyrics.
He can't do it like Nelly.
It's 90% lyrics, 10% voice. 90%. It's like 60. It's like 60-40 with singing.
Listen to like a white dude, and I'm not trying to say white people can't rap, but listen to a white dude cover a song, right? Like you could just
Eminem or that dude NF or Bubba Sparks. Yeah. The boys is fire with the right verses.
3 out of how many?
That's the 3 I know. I don't know any white rappers.
Yo, listen to the lack of simply the lack of soul and the way they pronounce words. Like if you pronounce the whole word, you already fucked up.
But that's diction. That's something different. That could be taught.
It's not, but that's like a part of it.
I got the right diction. J, Push, shit. I even take Nas, like whoever. Like if you want to come through,
Nas, the fuck?
I'd even
you got
take
a Grammy,
Nas.
Right?
Yeah, I'm done with this. You know this broadcast over. I'm talking about this goddamn Nas Grammy nonsense. Whatever.
I don't know, man. I think my real thing is the percentage depends. Like if like 80% of your shit is like written by somebody else, then I'll call you a good entertainer. But you know,
there's definitely some good entertainers in rap that aren't good rappers. Like Nelly should probably be a top 5 entertainer in rap, but he's not a top 5 like rapper.
No,
or even
probably
top
not.
30, but that's what it is. Any more takes? Any more ridiculous fucking takes for me today? Off the voice and inflections. I didn't ask for a completely rational explanation about that shit.
I'm just saying, man, it's different.